Man, Apple stock's taking a beating today, guys, down around 4%, which honestly is not that much for a regular size company, but you have to realize Apple is not one, not two, but almost $3 trillion, in terms of its market cap. I think it's at 2.8. We'll take a look at that here in a second. So a 4% drop, that's a pretty big drop when it comes to just how big this company is. So we're going to break down what's going on here with Apple. Why is the stock dropping? We'll break down the charts, all that good stuff. But before we do that, guys, don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button. I appreciate you all as always. And don't forget to get up to 16 stocks from Moomoo, each up to $2,000. Check out the details, link down below. And I'm telling you guys, this is the best promo right now by far, so get on it. And with that being said, cheers. Let's dive right into the video. So I'm sure you guys have seen Apple stock has not been doing well over the past couple of weeks, but of course, over the past couple of months, it's been doing very well. So it really doesn't matter what's been going on over the past couple of weeks. But it's still interesting to see Apple take a pretty decent pullback here, especially today, down $7.70, down 4%, and now it's at $181 per share, when yesterday, right at close, pretty much, it was almost $190 per share. So it's actually down from 190 to 181, whatever, which is down around 4.5%, closer to 4.5%, which is a little bit more than the 4.1% is down from close yesterday. I'm talking about, 4.5% down from the highs of yesterday to where we hit, pretty much right now, which now currently we're at the low of the day. So Apple's completely falling on the intraday. On the 5-day, you guys can see the cliff dive here. And on the 4-hour chart, you can see how overall in the past couple of weeks, Apple has sold off, not aggressively or anything crazy, but it has seen a bit of a pullback after just completely ripping all year. I mean, we started the year off at $124 a share, got to about 200, which was a move of around, let's see, percentage-wise, 58%. So for it to pull back what it's, pulled back in the past couple of weeks, it's not out of the ordinary, guys. Percentage-wise, we're down from 198 to 181. Now we're down around, let's see, 8%. And at the low, we hit roughly, let's see, 171. So we were down 13%. So Apple actually got into correction territory. It took it about a month to do that, but it did, and it's bounced back since that point. But again, now today we're down 4%. We're seeing a bit of a pullback within the overall bounce. So let's see what's going on. And mind you, their market cap right now that I'm looking at it is $2.843 trillion to be exact, and their PE ratio, which I think is pretty high. I think this company is a bit frothy right now valuation-wise, but we're not going to get too deep into that in this video. But their PE trailing 12 months is a 30.4, which I would like it way more in the low 20s. High teens. I mean, we'll see if it gets there anytime soon, but overall, pretty high P if you ask me. And the reason why we're noticing this drop today, which for a company the size of Apple, 4% is a big drop, it's because, folks, listen to this. In China, they just banned the use of iPhones for central government officials at work, and geopolitical tensions clouding Apple's business in a key market, of course, isn't an ideal backdrop for a buzzy launch event, but there are still reasons to be optimistic, which, of course, Apple, there's always reasons to be optimistic about Apple, but the fact that China, which is a massive market, what's their population? 1 billion, over a billion? The fact that they're now banning Chinese government officials to use the iPhone at work, of course, not a good sign overall for Apple, right? At least in the short term. We'll see how this actually unfolds and plays out. And, maybe, wait, did they ban? I doubt they banned, let's see here, Huawei's, right? No way they banned Huawei's phones from, being used at work, which, of course, is good for Huawei. I mean, maybe I'm wrong about that. Let's read a little bit more. So China ordered government officials and employees at some regulators not to use Apple iPhones or other foreign branded devices for work, according to the Wall Street Journal, citing people familiar with the matter. So, of course, Huawei brands are not, phones are not going to be banned. There's no way. The worry is that the move could send a signal to Chinese consumers about the government's stance on the future of Apple and other foreign brands in China. And the move comes on the heels of state-backed media in China celebrating an apparent technological breakthrough in Huawei's latest smartphone, which could boost its position as a rival to Apple in the country, which no doubt they are a massive rival to Apple. And however, limited measures by central central governments don't necessarily influence consumer behavior. Last year, Congress passed a measure that banned TikTok on government devices, and that has not significantly dented the popularity of the app among Americans. You guys can see that, and I for sure agree with that, guys. And if we come down here a little bit more, the bigger question around Apple is still whether the iPhone 15 launch, widely expected on September 12th, about a week from now, can act as a catalyst for the shares. Of course, right now it's not, as the stock's down 4%, but moving forward, they conservatively project iPhone revenue to grow 5% in the iPhone 15 cycle, largely on easier comparisons from the year ago December quarter, COVID supply constraints, and lower overall U.S. units sold during the iPhone 14 cycle, which I guess that could make for favorable comparisons, no doubt. So that is why we're seeing the dump in Apple shares in a nutshell, guys. But overall, again, year over year, the stock's doing very well. Year to date, rather, the stock's doing very well. And overall, I do believe, especially if we get some news or something unexpected out of this Apple event, maybe we do get a run in the shares. But overall, guys, let's be honest, are we going to get anything unexpected at this Apple event? Probably not. Is the iPhone 15 going to be any different? Probably not. I mean, it's going to be pretty much the same phone with a little bit of a better camera. All right, whoop-de-frickin-do. And I'm not a hater of Apple, no, by any means. I own the stock. I've owned it for years. Yes, I trim a little bit sometimes, sell out of it, get back in, whatever. But I've held it as a position for years at this point. So I'm not a hater, but I do believe they lack innovation in a way. Sure, we have the new glasses or goggles, whatever you want to call them, coming out, which they're very expensive, by the way. And there's definitely going to be advancements, but in terms of the iPhone, it's been pretty stagnant, and a lot of you guys could agree with that, at least, in my opinion. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. But I don't expect anything crazy to come out. Maybe I'm wrong. So don't expect a huge move in the stock, at least in my opinion. Because again, the iPhones are pretty much the same year over year, only a slight difference in the camera, which if you're a regular person like me and you watching, who gives a crap about that? I mean, sure, if you're a photographer, yes, you want to have your camera be pristine, the picture to get better and better and better. But if you're just making, videos on YouTube, right, which I'm not using a crazy camera for this. If you're making TikToks or, content on Instagram, whatever, you don't need a top line state-of-the-art camera all the time. But we're not going to get into that, rabbit hole in this video, guys. Either way, Apple's down on that news that we're, potentially going to see Chinese government officials banned to use the iPhone during work, that is. What do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe. I appreciate you all as always. And subscribing is completely free to do, so make sure you guys do that. And do not forget to get up to 16 stocks from Moomoo. What the heck are you guys waiting for? Each of those could be valued up to $2,000. Just go down below or simply go to stocksurfest.com/Moomoo. Get your stocks. And with that being said, guys, cheers. I'll catch you all in the next one.